Today, on March 31st, we commemorate Higher Martyr Hypatius, Bishop of Gangra, Saint Innocent, Metropolitan of Moscow, Enlightener of the Aleuts and Apostle to America, Saint Jonah, Metropolitan of Moscow, Saint Cyril, Archbishop of Jerusalem, Martyrs Trophimus and Eucarpius, Venerable Aninus of Chalcedon, monk, Higher Martyr Dmitry Razanov, priest, Martyr Natalia, nun. Innocent of Alaska, equal to the apostles and enlightener of North America, was a Russian Orthodox priest, bishop, archbishop and metropolitan of Moscow and all Russia. He is known for his missionary work, scholarship and leadership in Alaska and the Russian Far East during 1800s. He is known for his great zeal for his work as well as his great abilities as a scholar, linguist and administrator. He was a missionary, later a bishop and archbishop in Alaska and the Russian Far East. He learned several native languages and was the author of many of the earliest scholarly works about the natives and their languages, as well as dictionaries and religious works in these languages. He also translated parts of the Bible into several native languages. Saint Innocent Ivan, or John Yevseevich Popov-Veniaminov, was born on August 26, 1797, into the family of a church server in the village of the Anginskaya, Verkholensk district, Irkutsk province in Russia. His father died when John was 6. At the age of 10, John entered the Irkutsk Theological Seminary. At 20, he married, and the same year he was ordained deacon of the Church of Annunciation in Irkutsk. He completed his studies in 1818. He was appointed a teacher in a parish school, and in 3 years he was ordained priest to serve the Church of the Annunciation. At the beginning of 1823, Bishop Michael of Irkutsk received instructions to send a priest to the island of Unalaska in the Aleutian Islands of Alaska. Father John Veniaminov volunteered to go, and on May 7, 1823, he departed from Irkutsk accompanied by his aging mother, his wife, his infant son Innocent, and his brother Stefan. After a difficult one-year journey, they arrived at Unalaska on July 29, 1824. After John and his family built and moved into an earthen hut, he undertook the construction of a church on the island and set about studying the local languages and dialects. He trained some of his parishioners in construction techniques and with them undertook the construction of a church, which was finished the following July. Father John's parish included the island of Unalaska and the neighboring Fox Islands, Pribilov Islands, whose inhabitants had been converted to Christianity before his arrival, but retained many of their pagan ways and customs. Father John often traveled between the islands in a canoe, battling the stormy Gulf of Alaska. His travels over the islands greatly enhanced Father John Veniaminov's familiarity with the local dialects. In a short time he mastered 6 of the dialects. He devised an alphabet of Cyrillic letters for the most widespread dialect, the Yunagan dialect of Aleut, and in 1828 translated the Holy Gospel of Saint Matthew and other church materials into that dialect, which were eventually published in 1840 with the blessing of the Holy Synod of the Russian Orthodox Church. At 32, he journeyed to the Bering Sea coast of the Alaskan mainland and preached to the people there. And in 7 years, his travels even extended to the south, to the Rose Colony north of San Francisco, and to the Spanish missions of Northern California. At Rose Colony, he conducted services at its small wooden chapel. In 1834, Father John was transferred to Svitka Island, to the town of Novoarkhangelsk, later called Sitka. He devoted himself to the Tlingit people and studied their language and customs. His studies were produced the scholarly works notes on the Kaloochian and Kadiak tongues and other dialects of the Russo American territories, with Russian Kaloochian's glossary. In 1838, Father John journeyed to St. Petersburg and Moscow, Russia, and Kiev, Ukraine, to report of his activities and request an expansion of the Church's activities in Russian America. While he was there, he received notice that his wife had died. He requested permission to return to Sitka. Instead, it was suggested that he take vows as a monk. Father John at first ignored those suggestions, but on November 29, 1840, made his vows. He chose the name Innocent in honor of Bishop Innocent of Irkutsk. On December 15, 1840, Archimandrite Innocent Veniaminov was consecrated Bishop of Kamchatka and Kuril Islands in Russia and the Aleutian Islands in Russian America. His see was located in Novoarkhangelsk, which he returned to in September 1841. He spent the next 9 years in the administration of his see, as well as on several long missionary journeys to its remote areas. On April 21, 1850, Bishop Innocent was elevated to Archbishop. In 1852, the Yakut area was admitted to the Kamchatka Diocese, and in September 1853, Archbishop Innocent took up permanent residence in the town of Yakutsk. Innocent took frequent trips throughout his enlarged diocese. He devoted much energy to the translation of the scriptures and service books into Yakut Sakha language. In April 1865, Archbishop Innocent was appointed a member of the Holy Governing Synod of the Church. On November 19, 1867, he was appointed the Metropolitan of Moscow, replacing his friend and mentor Filaret, who had died. While there, he undertook revisions of many church texts that contained errors, raised funds to improve the living conditions of priests, and established retirement homes for priests. Innocent died on March 31, 1879, at the age of 82. He was buried on April 5, 1897, in Troitsa Sergei Lavra. On October 6, 1977, the Church of Russia, acting on the official request of the Orthodox Church of America, proclaimed Innocent a saint. His feast day is celebrated twice a year, in October 6 and March 31st. In 1994, during excavations of the grounds near the Holy Ghost Church at the Troitsa Sergei Lavra, St. Innocent's relics were discovered and are now venerated by the faithful both in Russia and America.